Hello everyone. Now we are going to see the grammar part of your lesson Glimpses of the Past. Direct speech. Direct speech indicates the exact words of the speaker in the first person and marked off by inverted commas. So it is in the first person and it is inside the inverted commas. Example, Vijay said, I am very hungry now. So whatever is inside the quotation marks are the exact words spoken by Vijay. Okay, and after said, you always put a comma. Then the speech always begins with a capital letter. And the direct speech is accompanied by a reporting verb like state or said or insist or a signal phrase like argues, claim, note or something. And there is always a quotation, that is called the quotation frame. Indirect speech. Indirect speech is the speech of the person as reported or quoted by someone else. It is always in the third person. Okay. And then look at the example. First sentence is in direct and second sentence is in indirect. Vijay said, I am very hungry now. So you are converting it to indirect. Vijay said that he was very hungry then. What are all the changes we made? First, we remove the comma after said. Okay. Then remove the quotations. And then you add that to it. And then I becomes he. Am becomes was. And then now becomes then. So, first remove the quotations, add the conjunction that, and then the pronoun I is changed to he, that is first person to third person. And then the verb am is changed to was, so present to past tense. And then adverb now is changed to then. Rules for changing direct to indirect speech. In the indirect speech, we don't use inverted commas. We don't use conjunctions that, if and whether. And the first word of the reported speech begins with a capital letter. The tense of the reporting verb is never changed. The reporting verb changes according to the sense. It may be told, asked or inquired. Rules to change pronouns. Whatever is inside the quotation is the reported speech. Okay. And the verb outside the quotation is the reporting verb. Remember that. So the first person pronoun in the reported speech changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. Here the first person pronoun in the reported speech is I. It changes according to the subject of the reporting verb, which is he. Okay. So he said I like the book. He is talking about himself. So when you change it to indirect speech, it becomes he said that he liked the book. Same way, you have to consider the other conditions also. The pronouns of the second person in the reported speech change according to the object of the reporting verb. So, the pronoun of the second person inside the quotation is you. Okay? It changes according to the object which is outside the quotation. It changes according to me. Understood? He said to me, do you like the book? So, he is asking about me. So, he asked me if I like the book. Okay? The pronouns of the third person do not change at all. So, inside the quotation, which is the pronoun he. He is the third person pronoun. So, it does not change at all. He said that he liked the book. Rules to change present or future tense. If the reporting verb is in the present or the future tense, the tense of the reported speech is not changed. So, reporting verb is outside the quotation. Remember that. Satish says, I am flying a kite. Here, says is in the present tense. Okay, it is the reporting verb. Okay, so it is in the present tense. Satish says that he is flying a kite. So here the tense of the reported speech is not changed at all. Okay. Satish will say, I want a glass of milk. Here, will say is in the future tense. Okay. So when you change it to indirect speech, it is the same. Satish will say that he wants a glass of milk. Rules to change past tense. Here direct speech, indirect speech, both are given and examples are also given. Simple present in the direct speech changes to simple past. For example, write becomes wrote. And present progressive changes to past progressive. And if are writing becomes was, were writing. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Has written becomes had written. Simple past changes to past perfect. Wrote becomes had written. Past progressive changes to past perfect progressive. Was, where writing becomes had been writing. Rules to change historical fact. If the direct speech expresses a historical fact, then the tense of the direct speech will not change. Example, he said honesty is the best policy. Change it to indirect. He said that honesty is the best policy. Next example, he said the sun rises in the east. Indirect, he said that the sun rises in the east. Those two examples, we have not changed anything at all. Changes in modals. Can changes into could. He said I can swim. He said that he could swim. May changes to might. He said I may buy a house. He said that he might buy a house. Must changes into had to or would have to. He said I must work hard. He said that he had to work hard. Modals that do not change from direct to indirect. Would, could, might, should, ought to. He said I should face the challenge. He said that he should face the challenge. Change of words of nearness and time. So all pronouns, adjectives or adverbs denoting nearness must be replaced by the words denoting corresponding remoteness. Look at the example. He said the police came here yesterday. When you change it, he said that the police came there the day before. So here became there and yesterday became the day before. Those two words of nearness have been changed to words of remoteness. Okay. Look at other examples. Now becomes then, here, there, ago, before, thus, so, today, that day, tomorrow, the next day, yesterday, the day before, last night, the night before, this, that, these and those. Rules for changing direct questions to indirect questions. When we change direct questions to indirect, what are the verbs we use? Asked, inquired and enquired are the kinds of verbs we used. Instead of saying said, we are going to say asked. Okay? He said to me, what are you doing? So this is a question. That is why we are changing it to he asked me what I was doing. And then, where do you live? Asked the man. Here it is an enquiry about the place of living. That is why we say the man inquired where I lived. And then there are some questions for which yes or no could only be the answer. Okay? In case of those questions, we use subordinating conjunctions if or whether. Let's look at the example. Jane said, will you listen to such a man? So for this question, the answer could either be yes, I will listen or no, I will not listen, right? That is why, see how we are changing it into indirect. Jane asked them whether they would listen to such a man. Rules for changing imperatives to indirect speech. What we do here is we change the reporting verb into asked, ordered, requested, commanded, advised, etc. And then the verb inside the quote is changed into an infinitive. Look at the example. The teacher said, Victor, go away. So the teacher is ordering Victor to go away. The teacher ordered Victor. So go becomes to go. Okay, it becomes an infinitive. Look at the next one. Sunil told his friend, please wait here till I return. So Sunil requested his friend to wait there till he returned. The doctor said to me, stop taking sugar. The doctor advised me to stop taking sugar. Rules for changing exclamations to indirect speech. So when we report exclamations to indirect speech, we use verbs equivalent to the same that were used in the direct speech to express the same ideas. We omit exclamations like oh, alas, ah and all those things. Okay. In that place, we use with joy, with sorrow, happily, sadly, something like that. Example, he said, alas, I am undone. So, alas is a word that expresses sadness. Okay. So, when you change it to indirect, see, he exclaimed sadly that he was undone. Okay. So, alas is replaced with sadly. And then, hooray, we have won the prize, shouted the children. Here, hooray expresses happiness. Okay. The children shouted in joy that they had won the prize. Converting indirect to direct speech. Use the reporting verb say or said to in its correct tense. Then remove the conjunctions that or if, whether, etc. Then insert quotation marks, question marks, exclamation or full stop wherever necessary according to the mood of the sentence. Put a comma before the statement. Then write the first word of the statement with capital letter. Then change the past tense into present tense. And then convert the past perfect either to past tense or present perfect as found necessary. And then look at the example. He asked whether he is coming. How will you change it? He said to him. Then put a comma. Open the quotation. Begin with a capital letter. Are you coming? It is a question. So end it with a question mark and close the quotation. Working with language, page 45. In comics, what the characters speak is put in bubbles. This is direct narration. When we report what the characters speak, we use the method of indirect narration. So if we directly give the statement in the first person, then it is direct narration. And if we report it in the third person, then it is indirect narration. We have already seen this. Look at the example. It is a conversation between two farmers and an officer, British officer, okay. First farmer, why are your men taking away the entire crop? So obviously this is a question, okay. And the second farmer, your men have taken away everything. This is just a statement. And then officer, you are still in arrears. If you don't pay tax next week, I'll send you to jail. So here the officer is giving a warning, right? If you don't pay tax next week, I'll send you to jail. This is a warning. So keep all these things in mind. And then let's change it into indirect speech. First one. The first farmer asked the officer why his men were taking away the entire crop. This is a question. That is why we are saying the first farmer asked the officer why his men were taking away the entire crop. The next one is just a statement. So the second farmer said that their men had taken away everything. And the officers replied. The officer replied that they were still in arrears and warned them that if they did not pay tax the following week, he would send them to jail. Change the following sentences into indirect speech. So here a dialogue between three men is given and let's see what it is. First man, we must educate our brothers. Second man, and try to improve their material conditions. Third man, for that we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. Okay, now let's change to indirect speech. We must educate our brothers. So we becomes what? The pronoun changes in indirect speech. We becomes they. Okay? They must educate. Then our becomes their. They must educate their brothers. Look at the second one. And try to improve their material conditions. So the second man added that they should try to improve their material conditions. Okay? And then the third one. For that, we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. So the third man, what is he doing? He is giving a suggestion. Okay? So the third man suggested that we becomes they again. They must convey their grievances to the British Parliament. Here's another set of dialogues between three soldiers. First soldier, the white soldier gets huge pay, mansions and servants. Second soldier, we get a pittance and slower promotions. Third soldier, who are the British to abolish our customs? So, the first two are statements and the last one is a question. Let's change this to indirect speech. The first soldier said that the white soldier got, okay, change the tense. Got huge pay, mansions and servants. Okay. Then look at the second one. The second soldier remarked that they got a pittance and slow promotions. And the last one is a question. So the third soldier asked who the British were to abolish their customs. That's the end of this session. Meet you soon in a fresh one.